You know when you have one of them days and everything is going wrong in the day, work is dragging, everything's going wrong at work, taking longer than what it should, then the wife calls you that the boiler's broke. That's my day today. Literally at last minute, everything. So over to the in-laws to get a shower, just so I can get back, get to you guys and give what I think is going to happen this weekend. This is Mad Red United. I'm Adam. This is a live show Friday evening. Looking ahead to what can only be described as a massacre of Bournemouth. I've called it no mercy. United will be going into this game. I'm convinced we're going into this game with the mindset of destroy and conquer. Bournemouth, let's look ahead. Let me know what you guys think. Leave your comments in the comment section, obviously, if you're watching this video later. And if you do happen to pop in, I'm doing this video now because I've had zero time today. I've had a nightmare, like I said. So if you do pop in and see me while I'm still live doing it, drop your comments in. Here we go. And there they are, straight away. What's everyone feeling? How is everyone feeling regarding this game going ahead? You've got to be confident looking at what Bournemouth state at the moment. I mean, come on. Look at Bournemouth. I mean, we've had the captain Cook's come out today. Eddie Howe's had to address the press regarding stuff that he's saying behind the scenes that Eddie Howe doesn't want going out. The club's in dire straits. The fans are on the radio moaning, saying Eddie Howe has not got a clue what he's doing now. He has lost it completely. I mean, remember back when United were actually thinking about getting rid of Mourinho and we was all moaning about Mourinho and people were calling out Eddie Howe's name? Man, it just goes to show, doesn't it? Just goes to show you can only last so long in the Premier League with that sort of outfit, spending that amount of money. Well, let's be honest, they have had some bad injuries, but that goes to show when you don't spend money and you don't have a big enough squad with the gate revenues and the expectations of Bournemouth. I mean, are they ever or were they ever expected to stay longer than what they have in the Premier League? And that seems to be the mindset with a lot of the fans as well. So for me, this is just one of them games. If Newcastle can stroll up to your backyard and smash you 4-1, then yeah, coming to Old Trafford, I expect nothing less, than a minimum 3-goal deficit. I expect 3 or 4 goals from us easily. And I expect a completely dominant performance, 60-odd, 70% possession. I can't see anything but. A few comments there. Leon Carnes just said exactly what I said there regarding Eddie Howe. Remember when we wanted Eddie Howe? We didn't exactly want him. The fans were calling out for him. I remember being outside of Old Trafford talking to Flex on United stand, talking about how bad Mourinho was. Where do we go from here? Who comes in? Well, Eddie Howe was mentioned then. And to be honest, I never was convinced with Eddie Howe anyway. I mean, his standard was Bournemouth. He is Mr. Bournemouth, so what do you expect? His time was going to run out soon. Like I said then, with the resources that they've got, their team this season, I mean, you've got Cook, like I said, they're coming out in the press talking how bad they were playing. Eddie Howe's come out and addressed that on the radio today, saying that he's not happy. Well, he's not necessarily named anyone, but he likes to keep everything in-house. And then you've got the likes of Fraser. You know what I mean? This lockdown has affected some teams massively, a lot more than others. Bournemouth have capitulated. They're basically doing a Norwich at the moment. The players are down in tools, and this for United should be an absolute walk in the park. Are you guys saying what you're saying? Let's see a few comments here while we get the chance to. I feel the players have found themselves around each other on a growing chemistry. Yes. I mean, like I said, I had a mad crazy day today. That's why I'm late, and that's why I've got nothing prepared. I'm just come on live just to hit the video out on how I feel about tomorrow. But I was listening to the radio today, and there was big talks about Greenwood today, finally getting recognised, because all the talk's been about Phil Foden. Have you listened to Talk Sport on the radio? It's all about Phil Foden all the time. Well, you know what? If you ask Phil Foden, who one of the best best up-and-coming players that he's played with is, then he will tell you straight away that it's Mason Greenwood. Mason Greenwood is the one. He is going to be the England's future, never mind United's future. I mean, I was listening to Alan Brazil this morning, reckons he should be going to the Euros with England, and that was this summer. I mean, some people are rating him. I mean, we all rate him highly, don't we? I mean, I don't think there's one United fan who doesn't see the potential in Greenwood. And I expect him to start tomorrow as well. Hopefully he does start tomorrow, because that sort of performance, that'll be his third start in a row. And now that's saying something then. At this crunch time of the season, when we knew before we came back and Project Restart started that we was looking at 9 games, shootout, 9 games, then Greenwood started the last 2 now. And if he starts again against Bournemouth tomorrow, is that not a sign of what is to come there? I mean, I know exactly what Ollie will do. He'll do exactly like he did with Brandon Williams, playing for 3 or 4 games and then drop him, trying to play it like Ferguson. But you know what? Sometimes when when a player comes through and he's that good, then you've got to just look at it and go, you know what? Let's just ride this out. Let's just play the kid. Let's just see what he can do for the last few games of this season. There's nothing else to lose. And he fits. The teams, like I said, I still remember talking about the fixtures we had before we came back. Greenwood fits it more than Dan James ever would with the teams that we've got to play. The low blocks are here, there, and everywhere. Every single team that we're playing against is low block team in this last run-in, apart from maybe Leicester on the last day. But can you not see Dan James coming in off the bench and dealing with situations and helping us out in that way, where you know he is going to find space in behind, like he did against Brighton when they tried to get a bit more extravagant on Tuesday night and Dan James came on, had all the chances. You know what? If it was someone else, we might have been 5-0 coming off there. But James is a bit rusty and still needs to iron out a lot in terms of his final ball and finishing for me. But he's, you know what? He's going to come in. He's going to tear teams apart. He's not a starter for me. Greenwood has to start now all the time. And so people are talking there in the comments there about the other games this weekend. I mean, no change from last game for me, says Million. And yeah, definitely not, mate. Same team. We need Arsenal to beat Wolves. Do you know what? I've got a feeling Arsenal may scrape a draw out of that one. And that will do. That will do. Just to keep Wolves at bay. And that will do nicely for us, I think. We're not really looking for Arsenal to get any sort of head of steam. Let me see what else have we got here. Adam, who would you take from Bournemouth and why? Absolutely no one, mate. Ake is probably the only one pushing it really there that looks like he's got any potential. Brooks has been touted, but he's been out all season. So as of right now, I don't want to see anyone of that team anywhere near or even mentioned in United's breath. We're looking at bigger pictures now. There's some people have already commented there. I don't know if someone is it. Josh Wilson there. Sancho will not only add world-class quality to our right-hand side, but also a statement of intent when we want to return. Yeah, no. I think that is the one. I mean, there's rumours today that he's agreed personal terms. Yeah, I've heard that one. I've been hearing that one for weeks. I've been told his personal terms are already set in stone. Let's be honest. When it comes to negotiating a transfer with Manchester United, the personal terms are never an issue. Never an issue, are they? It's always a case of getting that final fee in it, agreeing on a fee with the club. We always give the best wages. We always pay the best money. Look at the players that are clinging on, literally because they're stealing a living at United and they don't want to drop down. Look at them. Now, it's been said that we have to move a few out this summer to bring someone like Sancho in. No issue with that. No issue at all, because I understand lockdown and money not being fantastic, but how much would you get for Rojo, Jones, Smalling, Lingard, Pereira, Mata? Are you telling me you can't scrape 30 or 40 million together for them just to add to what we may need to get a Sancho, the world-class player? You know what I mean? People are talking about the youth players who are not getting in to the team. Gomez, just gone. Why? Because them players that I just mentioned are hovering around in our second string on the bench and taking away time. Adam, feel like he will bring Williams, James and McTominay into the team. Alex, no, that's not happening, mate. I'm telling you now. He's not that stupid, because we've got Saturday. Yeah, it was only 4 days. 4 days is enough rest. And then look, when we play next, it's Villa on Thursday. So there's another 5 days. So it's not like we have to save players or rest players. We're in a position here now where we've got a crap team coming up against who played on exactly pretty much the same day and on the same schedule as us, who can't rest any players. Well, let's just go for it. Put them in for an hour, blast them out of the water, and then bring everyone off. Pretty much exactly the same as what he did against Brighton. It's a no-brainer. Because like I said, we don't play Villa until Thursday. So I mean, 5 days. If 5 days isn't enough rest for a Premier League player, their fitness levels now. And I'm expecting full sharpness to be back now. 5 games in. No more excuses. Everyone should be on point right about now. This is what it took the Germans to get to do in terms of full fitness, in terms of games from their return. So I'm expecting it to be around about the same for United and the rest of the Premier League. So no excuse now. Full team tomorrow. Adam, what's your score prediction for tomorrow? I'm going for 4-1. I fancy us being a bit slack after we've already smashed 4 past them and them grabbing a consolation goal. So, yeah, I'm going to go 4-1 United tomorrow. I fancy Rashford and Pogba to come up to the show. It's like we're taking turns at the moment, isn't it? Martial's had his goal. You know what I mean? Greenwood's had his goal. Bruno's had his goal. I think it's time Pogba and Rashford came to the fore now, isn't it? I think they're the ones who are going to... I think that's the beauty of it, sharing the goals around. I think I said it in my fan cam. We're not relying on one striker now. We're sharing them all around. The combination and the amount of goals shared by Greenwood, Rashford and Martial already this season in fits and starts. And we're only just seeing them all together now for the first time. And you know what? We're plus there. What we on like 40, nearly 50 goals between them. It's frightening. It's frightening. And that's what we've missed. And the fact that we're actually spreading the goals out into midfield now. If Pogba comes up with a couple now, that's ideal. You know what I mean? And then, like even Maguire coming in with a goal when we need it. And then you've got the bench players. Igalo. It's ideal, isn't it? It is ideal. It is ideal. What else have we got here now? You know what? A few people have mentioned this the other day, actually. Forget that. Who's he saying there? Tony, Bruno and Pogba injured. Behave yourself, son. No chance. I've already listened to everything. It's not happening. Scaremongering. Willian on a free. You know what? You know when a player's due. Oh, when your player's contract's running out, he starts turning out to be a superstar on the pitch. And you know what? He's been Chelsea's best player since they've come back, haven't they? And his contract's coming to an end. No surprise. But no, I don't think that's the way forward for United now. I don't think we need a player like Willian. I think more on terms of, you know what? I won't put it past United to miss out on Sancho and go in for Willian. But in terms of squad, you know what? If you get rid of them players, like I said, and just for anyone who's just joined us now, I'm talking like the Mata, Lingard, Pereira, Jones, Smalling, Rojo. If you can get and scrape together 30, 40 million for them, I know we should be getting more, but United are crap at transfers. There's a good chunk gone there, a good chunk of wages gone. What's not to say? A Willian, a Grealish, and even a Sancho, if we saved our budget for that, can't come in. Because there is United's issue. The strength in depth has always been our problem. We've seen that against Norwich. That's why I was going off on one. United stand about resting too many players. We haven't got strength in depth. We've got depth. It's not quality enough in depth to challenge for the title. If we want to challenge for the title, I expect United this season now to finish, obviously, in the top 4. Possibly even third now, like we thought and was hoping for the capitulation of Leicester. I remember who it was who told you going into these games about Leicester dropping away. I did say it. They're the worst team in the top 10 going into the break. And everyone's going on about them falling away now. Well, no, it's not. It's no news. They were crap before the break and the crap after it. Something's gone wrong at Leicester. And that's where I seen United's chance coming in. Bonus was West Ham beating Chelsea. But yeah, getting back to what I was just talking about then, the players coming in could well be 3 quality players coming in of the likes of a Willian, a Grealish and a Sancho. Yeah, you could say they're all very similar sided, but Willian can play all over. He's older, I know, but on a free, well, you know what? On a free, would you take Willian? I don't know, man. He's just one of them, innit? You never look a gift horse in the mouth, they say. Never look a gift horse in the mouth. Let's just see what you guys are saying. I know me and Mark were both talking about this a few weeks ago. He did call it out. Goldbridge did say United to third. Are there any thoughts on Inter want to sign Sanchez for 18 million? I don't think it's real, but my thoughts on it are crack open the party poppers and the champagne if that is the case, mate, because that's swimming the channel if that's the news. I've not heard any of that, but for me, it's yeah, I'm thinking one of them. God, what would I do? What would I do? Yeah, it's an open top bus parade, isn't it? If that's the case, it's worth an open top bus parade, mate. Anyway, let's see. Few on Willian, no, too old. No, I understand where you're coming from. Totally get that. I mean, he won't jump to me straight away. You know what I mean? But it's just because he's free, innit? That's all it is. We wouldn't even be looking at him or talking about him. What else is saying? William is old. Do you think the Sancho deal is legit? I think the interest is legit. I don't think any deal is anywhere near happening at all. Joseph, Grealish or Maddison? I'm always a Grealish fan, me, I'll be honest. I do understand Maddison's qualities. I can't see us getting another player away from Leicester, though. That's how I see it. Control there from Brian 8863. Cheers very much, mate. My ideal signing: 1 Sancho, 2 Grealish, 3 Alaba. Oh yeah, Alaba would be one. I don't see that happening, but definitely the first 2, mate. And like I said, if you ship out that crap that I've just been talking about at the start there, get you 30 or 40 million, then that's easily covering a Grealish, isn't it? You know what I mean? You're not going to be spending more than 40 million on Grealish. 50 million at a push for me. And you know what? I do think that can happen as well as Sancho yet. It all depends on who goes, I think. I think we do have to ease that wage bill low. We've already done chunks out of it with some of the bigger players we've got rid of, but it's what it is. I think they need to go before they come in. Mark Goldberg's tweeting, is the Pogba Bruno injury true? He didn't say it was true. I don't think it is, mate. I've been listening to Ollie's press conference and the news all day long, and it's not even been mentioned. You know what? If one of them was injured for this game, would it be the game that you'd be worried about more? To be honest, I don't think there's anything in it, but if there was a game for him to be missing in, I think this one would probably be the one, wouldn't it? And you'd still not be worried about the result. You really wouldn't, because I'd expect United to go on and smash Bournemouth to pieces. It's just that is a club that is ready for the Championship again, along with Norwich. I think that's a bonus for us if we do come back, especially for me. Trips to Norwich away and Bournemouth away. Not what I want to be doing. And for me, they can definitely go back down. Who else do I want gone with them? Ideally, just to save me some miles on the away trips, I'd say West Ham, Bournemouth and Norwich. 3 horrible trips. Get them gone. And that would make next season a lot easier if we do come back, that is. If we do come back. So let's get into who we actually think. Everyone's just throwing me completely off subject here by throwing all sorts at me. Well, Moussa Dembele would be the perfect January signing if we don't sign Ighalo on a permanent deal. Ighalo ain't being signed on a permanent deal. I can guarantee you that. But who do you? I mean, the rumours are that Haaland is open for bids in January when Ighalo goes. Would you go back for Haaland, people? After everything, you know what? Mino Raiola being his agent, does that pretty much KO any deal going forward now for players that are under his wings? Hopefully, it means that Lingard goes. And I say that again like I do every single time I mention his name, that with all respect for what he's done for the club. But we're looking forward now. And that's a player that doesn't need to be there. If Raiola is that agent, is that a bonus for us for a change? Raiola being on the scene, because he will get Lingard a move probably. So let's see what else we've got coming on here. Sancho deal confirmed. He's gonna come. Yeah, I still don't see it. I think there's loads of messing around to be dealing with that. I think the difference with this transfer in terms of what it's been like before is the fact that we're still playing. I've got so much to play, and he's just sat there on his ass doing nothing until Europe starts again, Champions League kicks in again. Then you know what I mean? He's just sat there doing nothing. So does that make it different? Does that give them more time to get negotiations sorted with him while we're still playing? Well, it's interesting. It is interesting. Mike says we should avoid Raiola players from now on, Adam. Yeah, the problem is he's got some good ones, hasn't he? He has got some good ones. Let's just try. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to get through a few of your messages. They're flying in at the moment. Adam, 2 questions. Who's your favourite all-time United player? Who's your favourite current United player? All time. Oh, yeah. Messi's just shouted at me from the kitchen then. It's got to be Eric for me, just because that's when I started going the most was when Cantona just signed. I remember watching Cantona at Old Trafford play for Leeds. And if you watch back to that game, some of the older clientele in the comment section will back me up on this one. But it's when the Stretford End was under construction. I was sat there in the stands and Cantona did an overhead kick out of absolutely nothing. I remember saying, I think it was my dad or my granddad who was sat next to me at the time, saying, "Who is that?" That was Eric Cantona. That's when I first seen him. That was playing for Leeds against United. Current players, favourite right now, just for the way he plays the game. I know he's only been here 2 minutes, but in this current team right now, I'm going with Bruno. Everyone knows how much I like Maguire. And obviously, Rashford is the future of United. But right now, it's easy to pick out a favourite player because we're playing well, aren't we? But I know even when we're playing bad, Bruno isn't going to change his game. And he's still going to drag that team forward. So for me right now, I think Bruno definitely tops my list of players that I'm in admiration for more than anything, just to the way he plays. Because that's something that we haven't had for a long, long time. He's like a Scholes and a Keane rolled into one, isn't it? You know what I mean? Drive and just the influence he's got on the pitch, as well as the skill, passing, the goals that he brings, creativity. He's like a whole rounded. And how we got him for 50 million, I do not know. That's why I think the Sancho 50 million rumour is a load of crap. Because you can get Fernandes for 50 million and then Sancho's going to be what? 50 million as well after the season he's had and the age he is. Not happening. Anyway, what else have we got in here? What's going on? Would you take San Maximum as a bench player? You know what, mate? People would want him in. He has got some qualities. I know he's up for player of the month this month as well. Is it like a one-trick pony, one-season wonder? Or is he going to start turning into a player like... Here's one for you. I mean, would you take Adama Traore or would you take St. Maximin as a player? There's one. Answer me that one, people. I see a lot of similarities in them two, especially in pace, builds. They're definitely pace merchants, but have they got... You know what? It's hard to argue against it because he's playing so well at the moment, but let's be honest, they're both good players. I see everyone's coming up. Yeah, Adama's absolutely smashing it at the moment. But so Maximum's in there, Mike. Yeah, if you think so. You know what I mean? Where was he all season? He's been all right. And then we're just coming to this lockdown bit and he's just started playing well now. I know he's been all right this season, but we're only talking about him now because he's up for player of the month now after we come back from lockdown. So, yeah, I totally see the argument, but it's for me not yet. It needs to do a little bit more, definitely a little bit more. Anyway, let's get into our starting lineups for tomorrow. I mean, it's a no-brainer, isn't it? Is there anyone that you guys would bring in from the team that played against Brighton? I'm interested to know because obviously people are talking about Igalo. Should he come in for a game like this? I just feel like we're bubbling at the moment. And I think a few players are definitely... Pogba and Fernandes injured in training, apparently. Yeah, it's all apparently. I don't think there's anything to it. But then again, like I said, if there was one game you want missing, it would probably this one. I definitely agree with this one. Yep, copy and paste from Brighton. If everyone's fit, that is, obviously. But like I said, I've not heard anything in the press conference today after training or anything like that. Ollie's been talking, so I think we might have heard something then if it was real. But I'm sure all the scaremongers and realists may be coming out later on social media trying to put the frighteners up us. If there's two players we didn't want missing or with serious injuries, it would be them two right now. Marquinhos from PSG. I don't know. Don't think we can play him tomorrow, mate, can we? I'm only joking. He's all right, innit? He's just that French league, you know, innit? I'm never convinced by anyone who plays in that French league. The fact that PSG are the only team in it, no one else in the French league ever gets past quarterfinal stage of the Champions League. This is the creme de la creme, isn't it? I mean, I don't know. I mean, he is a good player. I'm not going to lie. He is a very, very good player. I remember watching him when he played us. There's quality all over that pitch. But I just feel like Ollie's never going to go and buy a player like that. I think the way we're going forward, I think it is going to be more Premier League based sort of style players, younger players now. Like I said before, many a times, he needs players that are going to respect him. So if he's making the sign, I don't think it's marquees. It's young players who he can mould, and it's younger players that have got that sort of, you know what I mean? They've got the rapport like a Sancho has. Like Sancho is going to, we're coming straight into this team. You just know that he's going to slot straight in with the players around that he already knows. There's a lot more thinking going into United transfers at the moment. I see the same with Grealish. I don't see any issue with Grealish integrating into the team. I really don't. Yeah, even if he's not your cup of tea, I'm just talking about in terms of him settling in. I don't see it being a problem. We look like we're a welcoming club at the moment, and the vibe going around, it looks like any player coming in would be made to feel like they're part of it. You know what I mean? There's no like hierarchy, it seems, at the moment. It seems like we've got a complete level playing field with everyone. I know he's making that by picking the team that he's picking. He's saying basically that you are in this team if you're better than what we're winning with now. So if anyone is injured and the player comes in and stakes a claim and plays really well, then he deserves to stay in the team. It just seems like he's playing the best team, and to get into that team, you have to be up there. You have to be shit hot, basically. Because right now we're the best team in the league in terms of form and the way we're playing. Yeah, you could argue what City last night, but then they got beat by Chelsea. They hit and miss. Liverpool, yeah, they got hammered. They've won one game out of the three since they've been back. So in terms of form, United over the last, I'd say now, I think over the last 9 or 10 games, going back before lockdown, if you can check the stats as well, I wouldn't be, and I think I'm right in thinking United are top of the form chart now, definitely up there, in top two anyway. So United are definitely the best team. I mean, I looked at the stat the other day, what was it, 15 games, 11 wins, 4 draws, 38 goals scored and 4 conceded, no defeats. That, to me, is comfortable top 4 form, pushing the edge of championship form. People say it's only 15 games, but at the end of the day, 15 games is 15 games. It's a lot. And you know what? We've had some decent teams in that lot. You know, Wolves have been in there, City are in there, Spurs are in there. So it says it, doesn't it? Nice one, buddy. I mean, Mukute. I don't even know if I said that right, mate, but please accept my apology in advance because I'm crap with names. And some of the YouTube names are cracking as well. Let's see. There's loads of people popping in now. There's one mentioned. Ooh, have a pop at Cantwell, Adam. I'll flex rates Cantwell, don't I? I know I'm not 100%. I've just seen him play. He's got something, but nothing more than what we've got right now. Would he replace some of our bench players? Possibly. Is he an upgrade on what we've got on the bench? Lingard, I would say, yeah, definitely brings more than Lingard. But no, not for me right now. I think there's better fish, bigger fish, definitely to fry. Just seen a message there. Thoughts on Greenwood current form? George says, Greenwood current form, awesome. Future of Man United and England. I've said it already. Definitely. Adam, do you think Pogba will sign a new contract? You know what? I think he will at the end of this, you know. If we get in the Champions League, I think Pogba signs a deal. I'll go as far as saying that. I really do. I just think that the way it's going at the moment, the vibe it is, how happy he is, and then looking around the rest of Europe, does he really want to be going out elsewhere? Who is appealing right now? There's not a lot, is there? There's really not a lot. I've seen this one before, mate. Thanks for the contribution, as always. Apparently, Bruno and Pogba are injured. Check Twitter. Yeah, I'm not... Actually, you know what? While you're all on, I'm going to have a quick look at this just to make sure. It's on Twitter. Then it needs to be from an creditable source. I don't think I've seen anything of much. I'm just checking now. Let's see. Well, you're all asking, so let me just find out. Twitter's going crazy. Paul Pogba really being Hang on a minute. Let me just double check it. Checking for the updated ones. I don't know. Bruno smiling and training looks like all I need to know, to be honest. So United's training pictures from today, unless something's happened there. Let's see. Sancho. Yeah, when you go on Twitter as well, the clash occurred when Pogba ran into Bruno Fernandes. Both men were taken away for treatment, with Fernandes appearing to come off worse. Yeah, that's from United's own. No, I'm not taking anything of it, to be honest. I don't think it's real. They all look happy in training. Pictures look good. Yeah, everyone's going to talk it up. But end of the day, it's all rumours. If they are missing, they are missing. We move on. Deal with it. I don't think both of them are going to be missing anyway, going off the sounds of that. But let's see what's happening there. Cantwell is better than Lingard, but it's nowhere near Grealish. Grealish would be a squad player for us right now. He would be very, very good. Mike says if they're injured, play Fred and McTominay. It'll have to be, won't it? It would have to be. Let's see. Mirror football. Everyone's saying fake news. All because Ollie said he's making changes due to a few knocks to scare us. Yeah, knocks, man. I don't mind them training that way, to be honest. If it is, then it is, isn't it? It's Bournemouth at the end of the day. I still don't expect us to be struggling. Yeah, we'll lose that little bit of bite in midfield, but from the pictures and what's being said there, from what I can read from Twitter, it's no one knows for definite. So let's just leave it at that. No problem at all. No way they are both injured. Yeah. Official Man United app would have updated us. It's fake, says Musun Hassan. Yeah, mate, probably. But these things, he may have even thought about changing it anyway because he's trying to be too clever. Shouldn't be, because like I said, Villa all the way on Thursday after tomorrow. So aren't we thinking about resting players? Not now, not while we got it going. Where's Garner? Says what? Emmanuel Watson. Yeah, Garner. You know what I mean? He's been training with the first team squad. I know that. So does he slot in at some point anywhere? Is it the right time? Everyone's going on about Sancho agreed as well. So, you know what I mean? That's all coming from probably the same people on Twitter again. So don't listen to everything that's there. Here comes Lingard, lads. Mate, yeah, go on, mate. No, he's not. Lingard's staying well away from this squad, definitely. So, in terms of the team going forward, we were supposed to be talking about Bournemouth, but it's gone off because there's loads going on behind the scenes. Everyone's happy, got loads to talk about, obviously. But score predictions, like I said before, United 4-1 for me. I expect the team to be exactly the same. Scorer in terms of the goals, then I reckon if Pogba and Rashford are playing, I reckon it's them two this week. I think they're deliberately taking turns to have a go. That's what I'm thinking. I'm only messing, but I do think Rashford is due, and I do think that Pogba is well overdue. Adam, how do away tickets for United work? You don't want to know, mate. You do not want to know. Priority goes, believe it or not, to the executive season ticket holders at United. It's just the way the Glazers have pushed the executive tickets this year and a few years now. If you buy an executive ticket and sit in one of the dear expensive seats at Old Trafford, you get like a priority in the listing for away tickets, which is garbage because all they do is then sell them for stupid money just to pay for their executive seats. But the Glazers make more money. You know what I mean? It's just one of them. We all get it. You have to have been a season ticket holder for 3 years to even enter the ballot, which obviously I have and I do every single week. So I think going forward, it needs to be looked at. and it is a bit of a joke because there's no like loyalty pack. Like City and Arsenal both have like a loyalty sort of token thing for the amount of games you've applied for. United don't have anything like that. They really don't. How much is a season ticket, Adam? Depending on where you sit, mate. I think the most expensive one's around about 900 odd quid for a normal seat. If you want to sit in the exec seats, they start at around about 1,500, £2,000. Yeah, so that says it all. Yeah, you won't catch me in them seats, not unless someone pay me to. It'll be funny doing a vlog from an executive section, won't it? But I have been in there, and it is a decent day. But I'm more in for being with the fans and around everyone else. Sort of it's a better atmosphere. Definitely in the Stretford end now. I'm just gutted that I'm being moved from my seat because they're changing the singing section now as well. That's all being moved around. So, yeah, it's a bit of a shame, but it is what it is. It is what it is. They're not looking to spend much money on the stadium, I don't think. So they're getting the atmosphere back. We have been given the permission to test run safe standing at Old Trafford as well. So that's going to be interesting once we start getting fans back in the stadium. I know that's definitely been put into as a plan in place for that. So, yeah, everyone's going and worried now about Pogba and Bruno injured. Pogba and Bruno injured. Yeah, I've checked Twitter. I've seen all the reports. There's nothing concrete. It's just people close to it saying they were both brought off because they had coming together. So I just think it's just one of them, innit? Players, it's just being built up to something that it's not, and they may be injured, but people are overhyping it, I think, on social media again, because they are probably our two key players, especially going through this running. If we did lose them two, then I wouldn't be as confident, let's put it that way, because I know who's going to be coming in. So, yeah, but I've not heard anything definite or concrete. There are rumours on Twitter, though, about them both being injured, but I'm not too concerned about that because it's Twitter, end of the day. But, yeah, score predictions for everyone. Just hit me up with your score predictions as well, people. I want to know what you're thinking, how confident you are. Let me see. When are you and Ricky going to do a gloves off? Yeah, I think a lot of people are going to... I've asked about that, actually. I mean, me and Ricky have had conversations about trying to do something, but we have got... there is rumours of a new show coming out as well. Don't know if it's a definite yet, so don't quote me on it. But we are talking about a new show as well, doing something different with the United stand as well. So I think going forward, yeah, there is definitely going to be some more of that sort of thing, like one-on-one with Ricky, and talking side will be involved as well, and a few others. So yeah, it will be interesting going forward. It's just a case of putting it all in place and finding time to do it right now, because it's mental, isn't it? Let's be honest. It's absolutely mental at the moment. So game after game, I'll work. Like I said, I just got back in today. So it's just one of them, innit? It's finding the time. But when season starts, this one's over and everything settles down, I think we'll be able to schedule it a little bit better. Only faking injuries like Alex Ferguson, Bruno and Pogba are going to be coming in like the Avengers tomorrow. If Fergie said Fergie loved that, didn't it? I remember when he was injecting Rooney just to play against Bayern Munich. Remember that one? Oh, my days. God, them days are gone now, aren't they? Them days are gone. Let's see, what was it? Someone else in there. 4-0, 5-0, 2-1, 3-2. It's a close game. 2-0, 3-0. Definitely. Is Pogba injured? We know it's just rumours, mate. It's just rumours at the moment. It's one of them, innit? It's a case of 4-0. Nice one, Josh. Definitely on that one. Sorry, I'm just trying to read a lot of messages as I go through there as well. No, I mean, getting back to who was it who said then Solskjaer. Yeah, in the super chat, Solskjaer just scaremongering people. I think we would have heard a lot more about it in the press conference if it was real. Obviously, there are people close to the ground with the injuries, and I'm not too worried about the noises coming out. We'll find out tomorrow. I'm not going to stress over it tonight. But then again, I think it's going to be a case of we'll still smash Bournemouth anyway, even if they're not. And if it was serious injuries, we would have known about it out in the news and all the other sources, the creditable sources, I would say, anyway. But going completely off subject now, aren't we? I'm sure someone just asked me, the messages are coming in that quick, someone just asked me about Rashford and what I thought about his form. Well, he's been starting. It just looks like he's trying to find his feet at the moment. I think his passing's been good. His link-up play's been good. I think when one goal goes in, I think that will be it with Rashford. I think you'll see it's going to be one of them again. He's going to just set off like a steam train again because you can see him coming back. His fitness is coming back. I think Martial has been top-notch. I think he's been quiet the last couple of games, but came off the bench against Norwich and then was basically manhandled in the land of the giants against Brighton. But I agree with a lot of people were saying it's sort of like a sacrifice by Martial in that Brighton game. But for me, Rashford coming back, I think he just needs to keep playing him and he will come good. You know he's not going to let us down. He hasn't let us down all season. No one talking about, what do you say? No one's talking about Bruno Martial clicking better than Bruno and Marcus. It's different positions, isn't it, to be honest? Rashford's coming in from the wing, so the link-up play is going to be different between Martial, who's sat in front of Bruno. So it's all different. I think Rashford needs time to get used to this sort of new vibe going on. That's what we need. Have the rest tomorrow, mates. Let Fred have a game. Been knackered. Yeah, I hate being resting players. I know they need resting, but it does my head in. Your analysis is always spot on. Cheers to you, mate. No problem at all, mate. Thanks for tuning in and subscribing. Let's see. Who is the funniest in the United stand? Sancho King. Funniest? I don't know. In terms of jokes, I don't know. I think Mark comes out with some cracking one-liners, especially on his watch-alongs. But funny, Ricky makes some outlandish comments. We all know about Ricky. I don't agree with all of them. I do agree with quite a lot what Ricky says, contrary to belief. But when I don't agree with someone, you know about it. And that's obviously why you see me and Ricky going at it on the odd occasion recently. I just don't see it at all. And I'm not for the threads. I'm not for his threads. It's like a YouTube video. You can make any player look good, can't you? But to be honest, you can make any player look bad, and that's what he has done with a couple of things as well. But I understand it. He's got his passion, and that's how he looks at the game. I've got no problem with that. Doesn't mean I'll be agreeing with it anytime soon. Let's see. More on the Sancho. Yeah, I know. It's personal terms have been agreed for ages, apparently, but we will see. We will see. People, you know what? I've got to go and get some tea. I'm going to have to leave it there. But I can only say over 200 people watching at one moment now. That's been our biggest viewing for a while. That it shows I didn't even script this one or anything like that. So I just want to say thank you for everyone for tuning in. All the support from everyone coming over from the United stand as well. I will be doing more, and there will be a lot more scripted and better prepared shows coming in as well. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow for Fans View. I'll be on the United stands, fan cams and player ratings tomorrow as well. Then back on Sunday with my live show again. I'm back on Sunday with the Sunday live show on United Stand. There's loads coming up. We got over quite a few subjects here tonight. I didn't expect it, to be honest, but it's always good. And that's because you lot are coming in with all your questions and your topics as well. So again, thanks for coming on. Stay safe, everyone. Hit that like button. Give the video a share. Let's get more and more people involved in it. The channel is growing and growing and growing. I think we're just creeping up to around about 9,000 now. So, you know what? The 10,000 mark is on the horizon. Let's just keep talking sense and keeping it real as always, and we will get there. I'll see you guys plenty over the weekend. Probably 4 or 5 times going off what we've got coming up anyway. But stay safe. Take it easy. Enjoy the weekend. Up the Reds tomorrow. See you later, people. Bye-bye.